So I'm Dir Jakaria. I am a wildlife photographer based in Nairobi. I was actually born in Nyeri, Kenya, which is a small town that's like 3 hours away from Nairobi. And growing up, I've always wanted to be a footballer because, I'm a big Man United fan. And until 16, and that's when I moved to Nairobi. But then from, 0 to 16, I lived in Nyeri, and I was never into photography. All I ever dreamed of was becoming a footballer. And then when I came to Nairobi, that's when I kind of gave up on football because it's almost every boy's dream, and just looking at it from a realistic perspective, I just came to peace with it and realized that, okay, maybe I'll just play, but becoming professional, maybe, it's not the safest. So then when I gave up on football, at the same time, that's when I kind of got into photography. And so then I started visiting Nairobi National Park, which is just 20 minutes away from our house. And from then on, that's how I started getting into photography. So basically what happened is that intense passion of football was channeled into photography. So now that's what I want to do now. I've not learned anything about photography in school or any institution. When I was at the age of 16, I was actually taking pictures of just landscapes, random landscapes. And this was when I went to a holiday it was a family holiday in Vietnam. So I was taking pictures of landscapes. And then when I came back to Kenya, I realized we have so much wildlife. So why not give it a try? And then once I tried wildlife, I fell in love completely. I'm grateful that I learned it on my own, because I would say when you learn it from an institution, of course you get the fundamentals right, but you're always kind of influenced by your teacher. Since this is a very creative space, it's always important to stand out on your own. So I would say the advantage that it has given me is that I was able to quickly stand out doing it on my own. No one does wildlife photography, especially as serious as me, with my age. So when I started, I did a few workshops with other photographers, and there are always people who are twice or thrice my age, and I have to push out my own comfort zone to talk to people, and sometimes it was difficult because I'm just 16 years old. If you want to get into wildlife photography, if you're starting out, I would say even for any type of photography, don't try make your goal to become a professional. You should always fall in love with the photography itself first, and then maybe it will happen, maybe it won't. But as long as you're loving it, so do that. So when it comes to wildlife, I would say birds, you find birds everywhere. You can find dogs, cats everywhere. If it's impossible for you to go to like a national park like Masai Mara, first start domestically, and then as you build up, try get a chance to visit Nairobi National Park or any other national park. So my favorite national park is Amboseli, and my favorite picture is from Amboseli as well. It's an elephant picture with the background being Mount Kilimanjaro. And I've been trying to get that shot for the past 4 years, and I've gotten some, but this one in particular is absolutely my favorite. I've had a total of maybe 4 cameras and 6-7 lenses, and all of them are from Cameras Africa. And I like how Cameras Africa can equip the photographer with whatever level they are at. I started from a beginner. I had a small, cheap, affordable lens, and then I moved to a medium, and then now I have like the big 400mm. So I like how they can provide anything you want. My favorite gear is probably the newest one that I have right now, is Sony A7R5 with the 400 prime. Okay, so this was a quote that I made up myself. It's read the light and you'll get it right. Just like in life and photography. Yeah, sure. So, I would say when you want to master photography, always try to switch on manual mode and try as much as you can not to shoot on auto mode. So, try to learn as much as you can on YouTube. And then once you have mastered all of the settings, the exposure settings, shutter speed, ISO, aperture, you can get very creative. For example, now I do a lot of silhouette shots in wildlife, and that is entirely on manual mode. So I would say try and master manual mode as much as you can. In the next 5 years, I probably see myself as a professional photographer. I'm still studying right now, but hopefully I can make it full-time, doing more tours and stuff like that. Cameras Africa, equipping storytellers.